What is a 401k? I'm gonna read this off. A 401k is a type of retirement account that is sponsored by your employer. It was created by the government to incentivize businesses to help employees save for retirement. And in turn, the government will give that company tax benefits. It also gives tax benefits to employees who put money into the account. Businesses use it as a way to lure good talent into the company. The beautiful thing about a 401k plan, however, is the fact that companies match to a certain extent the amount of money that you put into the account. So for example, if you have a company that's matching 5% of the income that you put into the account, that means that for every dollar up to a certain percentage, your company will match dollar for dollar. So for example, if you work somewhere and you make about $50,000 and they have a 5% match. So if you put in $2,500 in 1 year, your employer will match $2,500. That is 100% return that you cannot even get in the stock market like that. Unless you get extremely lucky, like a lot of people did last year with how the stock market was. But the point is, it's free money. But the problem is, about 54% of Americans do not take advantage of their 401k plan. In other words, you guys are letting the corporate man off the chain. So in this video, we're about to change all of that. We're going to talk about everything you need to know about a 401k. Are you ready? Let's get this thing started. All right? Whoosh. What's going on, people? It's your Mike Kalechi back with another video. If this is your first time around these parts, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy anything that we talk about on this video, hit that like button. Turn that thing, say it with me now, blue! The color was right this time around. But anyway, in this video, we're going to be talking about a 401k plan and why you need to be using it and everything you need to know about a 401k plan. Now, off the bat, most people are going to be offended when I talk about a 401k plan because they're like, yo, do you understand that in a 401k plan, if I opt into doing this 401k plan, my paycheck is going to be lower? Yes, I do understand. Well, then why are you telling me to give my money back to these people rather than me keep my money? Because when you invest your money grows for you. And one of the ways that you can build long-term wealth, that you can set yourself free from that 9-to-5 job, or you can set yourself free from having to work at all, and actually be able to get to the point, as Warren Buffett says, when you sleep, you make more money. You need to invest that money. You need to put your money to work for you. And the easiest way for most people to do this is to use their 401k plan. Yes, you'll be taking home less money, but think about this for a second. If you invested $650 every single month for the next 40 years with an average return of about 8%, which is what we've gotten in the years past, you will come out with $2 million. Now, of course, you may be like, yo, that's a long time. If you want that number to be faster, increase the amount. And this is the beautiful thing about a 401k plan. If your employer matches up to a certain amount, you put $650 in every month, they put $650 in every month. Now it's only going to take you about 20 years to get to the same $2 million. And at the end of 40 years, you will end up with about $4 million. So this is the beautiful thing about a 401k plan. It reduces the amount that you have to put into the account. However, you have to put some skin in the game. You have to sacrifice some stuff. You have to defer some gratification in order for you to grow and have the position to have that wealth built up. So, in this video, we're going to talk about everything else that you need to keep in mind when it comes to a 401k plan. All right, let's get it. Now, the first thing you need to know about a 401k plan is there is a contribution limit because the IRS and the government understands how powerful this account can be. So much so that they actually limit how much you can put into this account every single year. The contribution limit for the 401k plan for the year 2021 is $19,500, to which a lot of people go, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. But one day, it won't be a lot of money for you. I can promise you that. You're going to get to that point where you're making a whole lot of money. Just remember me in those days. Also, remember the people around you and keep on, like I like to say, giving and helping people around you. But anyway, if you're over the age of 50, there is something called a catch-up. Because if you're behind, you need to catch up. So there's a catch-up clause where you're allowed to put in about $26,000. So number two thing that you need to keep in mind when it comes to a 401k plan is there is a penalty. Only if you choose to withdraw the money from the account before you reach the age of 59 and a half years old. And the IRS is serious about that half. It ain't like when the 2-year-old comes up to you and say, "Oh, how cute. How old are you, darling?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm 2 3/4. And you're like, "Oh, you cute. So you're 2 years old." And she's like, "Put that 3/4 back on there." That's the same way the IRS is. Because if you get on that thing before the 183 days, if you touch it, it's like the 182nd day, and you decide, "Oh, it's the same thing. I can start nibbling and dibbling." The IRS goes, "Ha, cuz we here for our money." Because the IRS is super quick to come get your money, but super slow when it comes to paying you my money. I'm just saying, IRS, where my refund check at? Because y'all taking some of your time. I'm just saying, it's tax season. Pay the brother up. The third thing you need to keep in mind when it comes to a 401k is the different types of 401k. The first type you need to know about is a traditional 401k. This is the oldest version of the 401k. Basically, it's pre-tax contributions. In other words, it helps lower your tax bill for right now. So let's say you have to pay taxes on $50,000. If you did $2,500, put that into a 401k plan, a pre-tax traditional 401k plan, you only have to pay taxes on $48,500 of that money. So that's $47,500 of that money. Oh my gosh, why can I not math right now? But anyway, that way you reduce the taxes that you have to pay to the government, which is great. Like I said, it's a beautiful thing to just avoid them taxes. You know what I'm saying? But the second type of a 401k plan is the Roth. This is the one that I love. Because for anybody who is my age and believes that they're going to be making more and more and more money as they continue in their careers, you want to do this one. This one is post-tax. However, when you begin to withdraw the money when you retire, you don't have to pay any taxes on this money at all because you've already paid the taxes up front. And now that we are at the point where we're paying maybe 19% income tax right now, depending on your income range, you're paying probably between 10 to 19% income tax. That is a lot lower than when you start making a whole lot more money and you start getting into the 35% range, and that hits a whole lot harder. So when you have to get to that point and you're retiring and you have a higher standard of living, you don't really want to be paying all those taxes, all right? So I say, this is not financial advice, by the way. Personally, I'll say if you're around my age, if you're young and you still have a long way to go when it comes to your income, when it comes to you going in your career and making more and more money, I would definitely do the Roth option if you have that option. It just depends on where your company is. Also, there's a fourth one called the traditional after tax. This one is a little bit different. We're not going to talk about it too much because this is for my high income earners out there. If you've maxed out your 401k plan, both the traditional and the Roth, which basically they come down to the same thing. If you maxed out using those ones, then you can go on to this one. This is where you can put more money into it. And this one has a limitation of about $58,000. So if you're just making a lot of money and you want to invest those into an extra savings account, and then you can do something called a Roth conversion with this account so that you can put money in there and let your money grow tax-free. So it's not all sunshines and rainbows with 401k plans. There are some negative drawbacks when it comes to a 401k plan. The first negative drawback is you don't have the complete flexibility that you do with a Roth IRA account. The things that you can invest in are very limited and selected based on the company that your company has decided to work with for your 401k plan. The thing you have to be careful of within that is be very mindful of the fees. Some of them are going to try and charge you ridiculous amount of fees to do basic things. So always pay attention, if you can, to what are the selections that you have within your 401k plan. The second thing that you need to think about when it comes to a 401k plan, and the negative thing, is there are maintenance fees. So you remember back in the day when you had an account, and if you didn't have like a certain amount in that account, they would charge you like $3 or something like that. Or even before then, they just basically charge you some money just to keep your money in the bank on your behalf. Basically, it's the same thing with a 401k plan. There is maintenance costs and service charge just for you investing in that 401k plan. And that's something that either your company has worked with with the provider of that 401k, and they just came down to a certain amount. So that's something to think about. And those are the two main drawbacks when it comes to 401k plan. However, that should not stop you from investing in a 401k plan, because your company is literally paying you money or giving you free money just to invest for retirement. So definitely do that 401k plan. Again, I would like to say this is not financial advice. This is just what one man does when it comes to investing. So the way that I go through my investing mindset and decide where I'm putting money is I do this. I start off with putting the max amount that I can into my 401k plan that my company will match. And then after that, I go to my Roth IRA and I put at least $500 every month, because the max that you can do on a Roth IRA is $6,000 a year. And so I max that out, and then I come back to my 401k plan and try to max that out as well. And then I put leftover money into my brokerage account. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all learned one, maybe two things out of this entire thing. And if you did, hit that like button. If you loved it, hit that subscribe button. But I'm gonna catch y'all up on the next one. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Whoosh.